There we go. I do have a ROM set, don't I? There it is. Version 1.2.
Hmm.
Tell me if we may like turn up the audio or whatever. I don't know how loud or quiet it is on your end.
Yeah, I don't really have any options.
What's my controller? I think I'd rather play this game on a controller. Is it set up for a controller, though? It does not appear to be. I actually don't see any control. Oh, I know what happened. Me and Nemrod were playing Kirby Superstar. And he used the... Alright, yeah, he was player 2 with that controller. I was player 1 with the N64 controller, which was,
Ugh.
yeah, that was a hell of a time.
Why did you do that?
It was cheap, and I was like, that would be funny, and then I tried it, and I'm like, this sucks. I definitely regret that. Let's see. Right. Okay. Select start. X L R. I don't remember if Eleanor is using this game. I don't think it is. And then for last, let's get the keyboard back in. I know this is exciting. Bear with me.
It's not that. I just really didn't get a lot of sleep.
I got you.
I'm trying to stay up just because I'm just trying to sort my body clock out. Like,
yeah.
Maybe I'll be able to sleep easier tonight.
There we go. I almost selected it was like Sonic and Tails. I was like, well, I want 2 of them. It's like, no, that's not how this game works. Check it out. I got no bananas.
No bananas. I know for a fact I played or watched this game as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't really remember where, when, or why.
Whatever.
My exposure to the SNES was pretty limited.
Played a hell of a lot of the SNES in my time. Lots of Genesis too. I just had a lot for both, honestly. It's mostly that I was one of the few people who had a Genesis. Most of my friends were all big into Super Nintendo, or just Nintendo in general, really.
Yeah, I think it's the opposite here.
I hear that's kind of how where you live works, is that it was just more popular there.
Yeah, considerably. I see that, ironically, with this being a British game.
Right?
I didn't realize until recently Star Fox was British as well.
Oh, yeah.
I had no idea. Apparently there's like a British team came up with all that polygon stuff.
Right,
And I think they did the characters and everything.
And then Rare made the GameCube one, so...
Yeah, oh, right, yeah, I never thought of that.
Can I get up here? Okay.
Maybe that's why they did the no hopers thing, they just pissed off everyone. Like, they made this game and everyone's playing Sonic. And then there's that fucking weird rivalry with Jin.
Yeah.
Jeez, how can you like both? Choose a side.
Yeah, right?
I love the no hopers thing and then fucking Donkey Kong and Sonic in their game together.
Right? Fucking... What if Earthworm Jim was a striker? Or
He deserves to be his own character. He's in Battle Arena to Shinden, you know, he's already peaked.
He was in the great games Battle Arena Toshinden and Clay Fighter.
You know what? If I did get a Switch, I would totally buy the new Smash Brothers. It's good.
I mean, yeah,
Unless something goes wrong.
it looks really fun.
I still wouldn't mind having a Switch. It's just very like Mario Odyssey. There's like 500 like terrible third-party ports.
Yeah, yeah. So...
That version of Payday is like awful, but that's no surprise. They can't even get that game to run right, and it's like original format.
Yeah, right?
I mean, I kind of like the idea, because, like, imagine... This is unlikely, but... What does Cranky's Cabin do?
He just gives you, like, hints. Like, he gives you...
I want a hint.
Alright.
For when I play it. How do you do the fucking... minecart level? You idiot! You press it before the gap comes! Stupid!
Right, yeah, for some reason, if you're playing Donkey Kong, he has an animation where he reacts to being hit in the head with that cane. But Diddy, it's like... he just didn't try. There's just nothing.
They don't want violence against children. Also, isn't the implication that Cranky Kong is like the original Donkey Kong?
Yeah, yeah. It's like the intro kind of implies it. Also, fun fact, there's this little curve here. I think it's right here. Like, if you press A as you're going over it in like one of the earlier versions of the game, it just teleports you to like halfway through the game.
What?
Yeah, it's like it thinks there's a level there, but when it tries to find it, it just like fucks
Like,
up.
just RNGs and just gives you a level.
Yeah, it's like the end of a bonus stage from one of like the middle of the game somewhere.
What? That's really weird.
Yeah. Hold on. I think there's I'll say this game, I like Donkey Kong Country 2 a whole lot. Like, it's one of my favorite Super Nintendo games for various reasons.
Why did you just fly out there? Is that normal?
Yeah, it's just the end of the bonus stage just shoots you out for some reason.
Alright.
And then, yeah, there's stuff like this. It just, like, here's a bunch of... Okay, bye! It's, I don't know, it's Super Nintendo. They were just kind of like... I don't even know how to describe stuff like that. It's just like, it's like not there for a real reason. It's maybe just to be flashy? I'm not even sure. It's like, check out what we can do.
Yeah. There's a lot of that going on in this game.
Yeah.
Actually, could I just request if you can turn the audio up a bit?
Yeah, yeah. Especially because a lot of the music in this game is ambient. Tell me if that's too much.
That's about right, yeah. Yeah, this game still looks really good.
Yeah, yeah. And like this game is still really neat, but it's also one of the more... It's like a little rougher than 2. Like 2 is very ironed out.
Yeah.
And
I don't know shit about the sequels. Like, I didn't even know they existed until recently. Like, it just... I don't know what it is, like, I've never heard anyone talk about them, and also... Like, this is like, what was this, 95?
Oh, I have no idea.
Like, well, that's like, I mean, 94, 95, like, it's really late for a 16-bit game, so I just presumed it didn't have any sequels. I just thought, well, SNES is over, right?
Well, yeah, that's funny.
Like, 3 has like an N64 in it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like there's a reference to like Ocarina of Time in it and stuff, and there's like she's like playing an actual N64. It's like that is very strange to think about.
Yeah. Someone should make a compilation of games that do that. Ones that reference the newer system. There's always overlap. It's not like they exist in a bubble.
Yeah.
Apart from like the original Xbox, which I think as soon as the 360 came out, they're just like, it's over, it's done. Like seriously, I don't think it got a single game after the release of the 360. And like the PS2 was still getting games for years. I think it got like a new football game like a couple of years ago.
What the?
Or something ridiculous like that. Actually, I'm gonna look it up because you got to realize there's like countries where They tend to like
Oh,
gravitate
yeah.
towards the older country, like South America. Let's see, what was the last ever PS2 game? The final ever PS2 game in North America. Kind of wanted a more global thing.
Actually, this is kind of relevant because I was thinking they just announced the final boss of this series as a playable character in Smash.
Yeah.
And I was funny. It's like I don't know if you realize it, but like what I picked up from watching that trailer. I don't know if you even watched it, but
I did. Oh well, I saw the Castlevania one.
Okay, because like there's one for K. Rool, and there's references to 4 different games in that character.
Mm.
And it's like it's kind of weird to think about. It's like the K. Rool's not really been like relevant, and like I guess since Donkey Kong 64 actually.
Huh. Say that about a lot of the characters, to be fair.
Yeah.
Actually, is he not in like those new Donkey Kong games?
I don't think so. No.
Hmm.
And I think that has something to do with the fact that most of the characters are owned by Rare.
It's gonna. I don't know. I mean, they don't own this Donkey Kong design, do they?
No, they don't. Yeah.
They came up with this look, didn't they?
Yeah, yeah.
I'll just quickly say something. I'll put it up here anyway.
Mm.
The final North American, at least, PS2 game was Pro Evolution Soccer 2014.
Jeez.
The PS2. So yeah, it overlapped with the PS4.
Oh, by the way, you know what you gotta do here?
Shouldn't do that, Bill, right?
Nope. I mean, you're supposed to, but yeah, there's secrets all over the fucking place.
Yeah,
in this
no.
game. Also, you're supposed to like time this, but you could just fucking mash.
Hmm.
Uh,
That's one of those things that I would struggle with, but you would just do by instinct. You would just start mashing the buttons, like Heady.
yeah.
Like
yeah.
I would just do something like
Oh yeah.
loving about it. So can I ask something in regards to Smash Bros? So Simon and Victor are in it,
Yeah.
but someone says something about them being swaps or something, and it seems kind of weird that they'd have not one but 2 Castlevania characters in it.
Well, that's the thing is like that's the whole like palette swap like character thing is like new, so I can't tell you. It looked to me like they were 2 different characters.
Yeah, because Victor was using moves from Symphony of the Night.
Yeah, so I want to say that they're just completely different, but
Maybe like shared basics or something. The specials are different. I don't know.
yeah, they might be like relatively close.
A Mortal Kombat character.
Yeah. This part actually kind of makes me nervous. Come on, there we go.
You know, the SNES in the UK had Rick Mile, the guy who did all his voice in Hogs of War. He was kind of the spokesperson for the SNES here.
Really?
Yeah, he was like appeared in all the adverts.
Interesting. Let's save our game. Candy is a weird character.
That's a long time before you get to save.
Yeah. There's one save point each world, I believe.
Jeez. I was just starting to remember just how damn similar Crash Bandicoot is to this.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the setting of this game with like the character designs of Sonic very loosely.
Oh, yeah. I can see that.
I think that Crash Bandicoot was like one of the prototype names was Sonic's ass because you were always looking at him from behind.
Nice.
Like this is very similar to Crash Bandicoot. I'm realizing.
Yeah,
Just the settings, even kind of like the ambient music is not too far off.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, the frog's hitbox is really fucking weird. Like, trying to jump on enemies while riding this frog has always been kind of awkward. So I just generally avoided it.
What is that barrel supposed to represent?
Oh, the barrel that shoots the enemies out?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
See, I had no time with this, but like as soon as I got to the minecart, I was just like, oh back, and then I lost all my lives, and then just lost the will to live.
Forget actually.
Shit, you know what? Speaking of Crash Bandicoot, that bonus stage is handled exactly the same way.
Was it?
You get 3 things, and it takes you to the bonus stage. Yeah.
Huh. It must have been the first one, because I definitely don't remember that from... I'm mostly familiar with Crash 3.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it was in the 3rd game, but it's definitely the first one.
Okay, I forgot. That actually doubles the amount you have, so you have to collect a whole bunch before you
Ah.
but... It just...
What are you trying to do here? I mean, get them, but what do they do?
Every 100 gives you a new life, or free life.
That's really generous.
Yeah. This game is not exactly easy, I'd say. Like, I mean, it starts out pretty damn simple, but the later levels, there's some nasty stuff in there.
I mean, I couldn't pass the
Yeah. One of the gimmick.
I mean, I loaded up in quite a lot of lives, and I still
Yeah.
lost them all in the minecart.
I'm
trying to play legit, not use save states. Is the thing.
Right. Like one of the later levels is like it's in like a power plant or whatever, and the power keeps going out, so the occasionally level just you can't see anything anymore.
If.
Yeah. It's fun stuff like that. There's a lot of neat things they added. The second one, like if you get one of these animal guys and take them to the end, you usually get like a bonus for getting them to the end, like a free life or something like that.
You might have to show me that because I don't know a thing about it.
Second one's really good. I like it a lot. Third one is mostly the same. It's just I never liked the music nearly as much. It's a lot more.
There we go.
Yeah, and what is it? A lot more gimmicky levels. There's a lot of gimmick levels in the third game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this just... I can't help but feel I was like missing something. Like I remember when I played Super Metroid, like it turns out I got completely stuck. There's like a sprint button, but you can't even... Yeah, that's what got me.
Yeah, I remember that.
There's like a sprint button, but there's no... It's so subtle, you don't even know it's being used, and you're going to use it to get past some... Because I was like looking it up online, it's just like, yeah, if you're stupid, you wouldn't know this. It's like, I can't even fucking tell. It's like a Mario style, you hold the button down, and it increases your speed very slightly. Considering everything else in that game is like a power-up.
Right, yeah, you'd think.
It is not obvious. Even, in fact, it has like a controller screen, it doesn't mention running.
That's actually weird, yeah.
Whatever. But it's required to get past this one bit.
Okay. Actually, I haven't done this in a while. It's actually kind of making me nervous, because... Yeah, that jump always sucked. Because those things have pretty generously wide hitboxes.
Yeah, I just couldn't handle this.
Fortunately, there are not many of these levels. I will say I'm not a fan of them. Like, I can certainly do them, but yeah. Yep.
At least that's not instant death.
Yeah. Oh, that jump, that's...
Oh my god. Yeah, this needed some serious playtesting. This is too difficult.
Yeah. Fuck. Okay, that actually... I thought I was done.
Oh my god, like I didn't get like halfway. Jesus.
You want me to...
Man, I wasn't even close to beating that. I couldn't get past that first jump.
You
That bit with the
Let me show you something that'll probably piss you off.
Hmm.
That's it. I actually just remembered that.
Fuck.
I think...
Why is that there?
It's weird. For some reason, I think in all 3 games, the first 2 worlds, every single stage has a way to beat it really quickly, and I actually don't know most of them.
So, like, they realized it was bullshit.
No, because there's like a later minecart level that you can't do that on. It's just like, for some reason they were like, let's add some secret, speedy ways to get past the first couple of worlds. it was like almost like a debug thing. It's like, how do we get to the later levels quickly? And it's like, well, why don't we just leave it in or something weird like that? I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's usually how most cheats start.
Yeah,
It's like level select codes for obviously debugging stuff, and then they leave them in.
I think they did that with like the flute from Mario 3. It's like the one I'm thinking of off the top of my head.
Mm.
Actually, I think yeah, the first Mario Brothers one probably is the same way. Like the Warp World.
Yeah, most cheat codes are dev tools. Alright, well, we're officially at the point. I've never seen this game before. Hmm.
Hmm.
You okay there, donkey?
Oh yeah, yeah. They don't give a shit there. You can get up there, but I'm not sure how to do it.
I'm assuming not, but they have no statistical differences, do they?
I actually forget. I know Donkey Kong is capable of doing certain things that Diddy can't because he's
Oh,
like,
right, okay.
there's like bigger enemies that you can take down instantly with Donkey Kong, but Diddy actually like won't be able to kill them in certain ways.
Oh, right, that's kind of what I meant. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
I want to say Diddy can jump higher, but or there is a difference between them in two because one can fucking fly.
Can you do me a favor? Can you just give your mouse a nudge?
Yeah, sorry, I never noticed that.
That's just if you're recording it anyways, probably.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think it'll pick it up in OBS, but you know, better be safe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the animals usually give you the ability to jump on certain enemies.
Very atmospheric game.
Was that?
This NES had like a good echo, reverb kind of thing.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Right there was actually there was something in Secret of Mana. There was one track where it's like a village. When you get near it, it starts playing the music, but like you're in like a cave leading up to it, and the music's just really echoey. And they didn't
Mm.
keep that for the remake, and I was like, oh yeah, I never really thought about it, but that's not like a separate track. That was just they just did some weird effect with the original music.
Mm.
It's one of those things
I
that
have
you
no,
just kind of.
I have no idea what to expect in this game now.
Oh yeah, yeah. Some gimmick levels from here on out, like these guys who just kind of run around like assholes until you put on the red light.
Actually, come to think of it, I have seen this. This is ringing a bell. Like I said, I mean,
Yeah.
I knew somebody with this game, so maybe I saw them beat the minecart level.
That's one thing about this level is like you're not getting a lot of chance to like sit back and look at what's going on, and like you might actually hit those things and be like, all right, so what am I supposed to do here? But you basically just get rewarded for just hitting them and running. Also, did you know you can do that? You can roll and
No,
yeah, that's actually kind of a big deal. That's in all the
I
games.
wouldn't have. I would not have guessed that. Are those guys invincible?
Yeah, you can't do anything to them.
Also, this is very abstract.
Yeah.
Like it's stop and go. Like could they not have come up with something that makes like tangible sense? You get what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like these monsters react to like red light or something.
Well, I mean, that
Like
could...
like I don't know if it's have it switch like power down or something. I don't know if there's a red light and then they just go. "Ooh."
Right, yeah, they activate for different times, and yep.
There's any like creepy pastas based on these guys. Pretty creepy. Also, if you run up the level before that's tallied, do you still get the life?
You probably do. I'm just being sure. I don't honestly remember.
She also reminds me of that like one Crash Bandicoot 1 character that never showed up again.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know, the sexy Bandicoot.
I don't remember her name, but yeah.
Oh, I definitely remember these temple levels. Again, this is totally like Crash Bandicoot bit this off pretty hard.
Oops.
That's a pretty good level. Are you gonna get one of three things? Wow, this is straight up Crash, isn't it?
I never really pieced that together before, but yeah, I can definitely see it. And then there are these things
Rolling
I never
Stones.
quite... They're just kind of
Rolling
flying.
Stones.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made the effort to show that it's being powered by an animal, but it doesn't account for why it's floating.
Yeah, it's
Very
old
strange.
video games. What are you gonna do? Ah, okay, I'm gonna be...
I don't know, put like a track behind it or something.
Yeah.
Maybe that was the plan. They're just like, oh, we can't do this as a tile set.
Who made this game again?
Rocksteady.
More fucking animal
Who
things.
made this? It was Nintendo. I mean, there's plenty of people who just go like, oh, Nintendo.
What was Nintendo thinking?
It's made by that asshole Sammy. So I take it this also has like a
Yeah, multiplayer thing.
like a multi.
Trying to remember where it is.
Probably find it first.
Well, you gotta get a lot of points for it. Multiply.
Yeah, I know that, but like find where.
Yeah, they get...
Whoops.
I remember it being right here. I wasn't 100%
Whoops.
sure, but... Hey.
I was gonna say find it before you actually pick it up, but
Oh, no, it's fine.
just so you know to get to it. But yeah, you're not hoping for lives, are you?
Nah, not really.
But yeah, Crash Bandicoot 1. You get 3 tokens, which appear at the top of the screen like they do there, and they'll take you to a bonus level. So you could have gotten another 94 there if you tried.
I don't think so.
You don't know if you don't try.
Right, yeah, these guys, like Diddy, I don't think you can kill these guys at all.
Hmm.
But Donkey Kong can roll into them. I do like the...
I keep thinking they technically had games on the Mega Drive.
Did they? Oh,
They ported Battletoads and
yeah.
what's it, Snake Battle and Mole.
Ah, okay.
Fucking, I know I've told you this. Battletoads was ported by fucking Arxis.
What? I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
it's like one of the early, like they started off just making ports. And they were really proud of it. Apparently, it's still on their website.
Huh. Oh, okay.
Oh, you can die in this game.
Now I'm interested in showing you the sequel already.
We'll always have time.
Yeah.
Besides, I kind of want to take more of this and we'll see how they changed it. Well, it is true, I don't know anything about it. Very atmospheric, yeah. And I'm kind of surprised how well these graphics are.
Oh, yeah.
For all accounts, they really shouldn't have aged so well. I might kind of prefer sprites, but I don't know. It's certainly unique looking. Certainly aged better than the SNES version of Killer Instinct.
Yeah.
But that was, you know, that was a port.
Right, yeah.
This was made for this system. I mean, the original KI on the arcade version still looks quite striking.
Yeah.
It's quite a visual spectacle.
Oh, back then for sure. It looks a little silly now, but you know.
It does look a little silly, yeah, but it has that sort of Unreal Tournament kind of bombastic nature.
Yeah.
Winky.
I forget which one that is. That might be the Toad. Wait. What? Is that actually true? What the fuck?
He's nuts.
Look at this guy, he's nuts.
I only just picked up on the fact you'd be claiming your bananas. It might be a bit more interesting if, like, each boss wasn't in there. He's dead.
Yeah, they do change that.
Wasn't in the same background, but I don't know if that's always the case.
Yeah, it is. In this game, the sequel, they changed that. Of course, in the sequel, they just use, like, existing, tile sets, but, hey.
Oh! I don't recognize the forest level. Always thought this was, like, straight up just exclusively temple jungle stuff. This is
No, no.
a bit more, what's the word? This type of foliage. I don't know. I'm not a botanist.
Let's see. Of course, I don't want to spoil everything that shows up. Huge spoilers. There's a nice area. Oh, okay. The run button actually does that. All right.
I think I already knew that.
Yeah. What is there's you seen that in water settings? What else is there? There's ice. There's there's the factory settings.
Right. I don't recognize this music.
I love this music.
It was composer David Wise. That's a name I know.
Yeah. I believe so. There's a lot of names that are associated with this series' music.
That was unfortunate.
Yeah. Can I get that? No, I have to land on the guy first. That sucks. Oh.
You get double that, you get an extra life. Bit of a weird, making you take a risk for a checkpoint.
Yeah.
You still threw it. What name?
Okay. Was not smart. Oh well. And now that was that.
I've muted my microphone. I don't know how long I was mute for. I was just saying the beaver enemies would make more sense in this stage than the jungle.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, they show up in the next stage. If I remember correctly, it's the next stage. I'm not following my own advice. All right.
Really jungle-esque, are they?
Yeah. Oops. All right. All right.
No, Diddy! Oh fuck, Diddy!
It's a good donkey impression, I believe.
I'm Donkey Kong!
Diddy's got cancer!
You see, playing an ape is pretty challenging. I just remember when my friend, he was very short, wore a hat. He died. We like to call him Diddy. Shit, taser. Where? Dolls go down!
Damn it.
That's a terrible impression of an impression. I can do voices, but I never like. There's like people there, I just get too self-conscious and then just go. Oh, hello. This is me. The guy, the voice man. Ong.
I need to turn this up myself. It's actually really quiet on my end. Here we go. Yeah, here we go.
Treetop Town. Wow, what a freaking ripoff of Return of the Jedi. What's next? Fucking Ewoks? This isn't ringing a bell either.
I always really like the aesthetic of this area.
This game past the fucking minecart area.
This is World 3 of like 8 or 9?
Mm. KO.
No, I was supposed to time that, but okay. I just kind of jumped into it. Oh, right, okay.
It's hard to explain during heady. Like there's a lot of times you just kind of instinctively like just tank the damage, but it's kind of hard to explain. It's just like now you should probably
Oh,
get to a safe area. You're so close to the.
Alright,
I
okay.
don't know how to describe this music.
Yeah? Okay. Just hit him at the right angle.
This is not the most exciting thing to see, but I like what they've done with like the tile sets. It's hard to like break them down,
Oh, yeah.
if you know what I mean. It's a good job. I think this game looks alright, because otherwise I would be stupid.
I didn't time that.
Yeah, I didn't give this game like much heat. I always thought it was kind of generic, but no, it's just solid platforming.
Yeah. It's, neat graphics, good music most of the time. The first one's a lot more ambient, but I still think it is, holds up. The third one has some really fucking kind of forgettable music in it. I was honestly never a fan of that soundtrack.
You ever played any of those new ones?
I did, actually. I played the first Returns. I think I played it all the way through with my cousin. Really fun.
Cool. By the people made Metroid Prime, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
I think. This would be stressing me out. I hate bottom of pits.
Fuck.
Wow!
Ah.
That was bullshit.
Yeah.
I can see why this is such a big deal graphically, like at the time, because it really does look like a generation ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Like, maybe not exactly, but it certainly looks like beyond.
Mm-hmm. It's like you just didn't get games that look like this, you know?
No.
Fucking... I keep assuming the first one is like a setup, and then you get to the, platforming bit. That's my problem. I remember struggling a lot on these stages.
You might be rushing a bit.
Yeah. Especially like that.
Like that, yeah.
Uh...
I mean, I'm not going anywhere, you don't have to rush.
Yeah. See, that one, when I take my time on it, I actually don't time it very well. It's weird.
Again, I wouldn't mind getting a Switch, it's just... I'm very careful not to buy a console unless it's going to be worth the initial investment, and
After the PS4.
I'm trying to think, like... Well, yeah. At least this Switch has a gimmick to it. Like,
Yeah.
You know, it's for me, it's like PC or PS4, because like they're both functionally the same. They're in my house, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, I'm gonna go with a PC every time. But the Switch has the novelty of portability, so it at least has that going for it.
Yeah. Fuck, right.
And it would have to be the exclusives, because like I have no option to play Mario Odyssey, which is a game I really like to play.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I really liked Galaxy 2.
That reminds me, Nimrod was over at my house. I mean, I told you about that, but he brought his Switch
Yeah.
over, and there was like a new Kirby game on it, and I gotta play that, and it's amazing how much I kind of forget how much I love that series. It's like I never really talk about it or anything, but I'm like, there was like a million references in that game, and like I loved all of them.
Like the Sonic Mania of that series.
Yeah, pretty much. There's like a thing where you can actually play as like, different partners from throughout the series. They made one of the final bosses from Kirby Superstar into a playable character, just like straight up, and it just has all of his moves, and it's like weird to play as a platformer boss in a platformer.
I like Kirby.
Yeah.
I beat Kirby's Adventure. Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's really good.
The only problem I have with those games is that they are. Maybe I can't speak for the whole series, but ridiculously easy.
Yeah, yeah.
It kind of feels, but then again, so it's like stuff like Illusion. Sometimes you just want to play through something and just have a good time.
Oops.
Have to be a challenge. Wow, I suppose that let you spawn back in the boat.
Yeah. I would say they got a little more difficult depending on the game. Then there was Epic Yarn, which is a game which I don't think you can lose. Like, literally.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. Like, that game always kind of annoyed me, which is like, I don't think a lot of people were fucking in love with that game or anything, but I remember seeing it, I'm just like, oh, and it's got a really nice graphical style, but also, it's not a challenge. It's like Warrior Land without, like, the puzzles.
I want to play Mario Land 4 again. Like,
I never played 4. I just played 3, and I like that game a lot.
should do 4 sometime.
I think it was kind of turned off by the whole, like, health bar and, like, the time limit thing. I just kind of generally...
Oh no, the time limit thing's awesome.
Oh, is it?
Oh, I love it. It's actually determines which ending you get. There's like 8 different endings.
Jeez.
It's like you get to the end and like the music is really tense. And gonna run. No, you have to be completely incompetent to actually get killed by that.
Oh, okay.
Like, no, what it really does is so first of all, like the time starts running out. You got a timer.
Mhm.
First of all, like I don't think I've ever seen it run out completely. Is that gonna move? Yeah. I've never seen the time run out. If the time does run out, you don't die. It just starts pulling your money away. And you kind of need the treasure you collect. You kind of need that to help you fight the bosses.
Oh, okay.
So basically, what it is you go around the game collecting different types of treasure, and like pickups in games, you just like whatever. But this one actually, treasure in this game actually has value because you can use it to play mini games.
Mhm.
You get coins from that, and then you can use that to buy items to fight the bosses. The items are really just there's an animation that starts before the fight, and it'll just means the boss starts off with less health.
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah.
reason that's cool is because when you wow, that's such a challenging area. Oh wow, what the hell?
Yeah,
Did to that? That's pretty unique.
he gets faster and faster every time you hit him.
What was I saying? You got to basically, the faster you beat the boss, the more treasure you get,
Ah.
or the more treasure chests you get, I should say. And that determines the ending. So obviously, if you get an item that takes off half their health before the fight even starts, you're more likely to get the best ending. And you kind of need to do that. So the treasure you collect in the level, going from one thing to the next thing to the next thing, actually determines how good your ending will be. And I like it when they put actual weight into the collectibles.
Yeah, yeah. That's nice.
So the game is seriously cool, and yeah, when you get the key to exit the level, that's the time limit stuff, but it's not difficult.
Alright.
In fact, they usually like change the level geometry, so more of a straight path. You should absolutely play that game.
I should, definitely. It's been a long time since I played a Warrior Land, so...
As for the health bar, it's just never really questioned it.
So the stage I was talking about that, like, you get teleported at some point right later in the game is, actually here.
So you just wasted all this time.
Actually not in this version. I have, like, the ROMs that I grabbed as the latest.
Yeah, 1.2 you said.
Yeah.
So we're back here. Oh, a nice sunset there.
Yeah. Turn around, okay.
Oh, they really put the effort into that glow effect. It's like, not only is it applied to that final layer, but it's like on the one before it as well slightly, and then...
Oh yeah.
God, they put a lot of effort in.
There's a really nice effect in the second game where it's like a watered with the top of... Actually, no, they do that in Sonic too, don't they? It's like the top of water is like parallax scrolling.
Oh, right, yeah. A lot of games I know hope.
Okay, then there's this fucking...
Oh, shit. Fucking evil apes. Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually don't really like the bird, because you can't really jump on enemies with it, and it's just kind of awkward. Get the ability to kind of hover, but...
These apes look a bit suspect, they don't quite look quite as good.
Yeah.
I just thought that one bit of this level's theme was a bit melancholy, like it's like someone's died or something. Well, maybe not that's extreme, but like
some bad's happened suddenly.
yeah, like usually like the main theme or the main level theme would be quite upbeat, but in this it's like surprisingly somber. You know, it's not like the Green Hill Zone, like
Oh yeah. Just dumb.
Oh, this theme's brilliant.
Yeah, I think this is like the most popular theme in the series. Next of, there's 1 and 2 that's also really popular.
Yeah, what's I've heard, I know the name, but not the track. The Sticker Bush Symphony, is that it?
Yeah, the Bramble stage.
Is that in
That's
what's that?
That's the 1 and 2. Yeah, that's what I'm referring to. It's.
I should probably just listen to it.
You got me wanting to play 2 now.
I'm not stopping you.
Yeah.
In fact, if you want to change, I'll be fine with that at this point.
Let me beat the boss of this area.
Now I'm curious.
Yeah.
Yeah, natural in.
There's some pretty good stuff later on. Oh yeah, there's like the ice world and then the ice caves, which are always kind of... I think there's like one ice cave stage, which is like... It's when they make a tile set with some music for, you know, a specific type of level, and then they use it once. But, then there's the factory stage, which there's a couple of those, and the music there is really fucking good, too. The Fear Factory.
I guess I don't need air.
No, you're fine. There's all these
Someone
fucking
would have
bubbles.
drowned.
And that's why he's a no-hoper.
On.
Yeah. These guys get on well.
Like Smash Bros. And songs like, what were you saying before? Piece of shit.
Did you ever see the, I actually don't know if it ever aired in where you are, like the Smash Bros. 64 commercial? Where it's like... It's playing,
I mean, maybe, I don't know.
It's just like a bunch of people in, like, I guess fursuits, for lack of a better word, like mascot
Oh, I
costumes.
know. Oh shit, I know what you mean.
Yeah,
I don't know if it aired here, but I know what you're talking about.
I just remembered that some way. It's like, that's fucking great.
Yeah. Maybe it did. I couldn't tell you when I would have
Yeah.
remembered.
Oops. Right, yeah. The run button also is the grab button, so if you grab these things when you don't want to, that's not good. Right like that. What's also interesting is that each Kong holds the barrel differently, and that actually matters a lot. Like for boss fights and stuff, like depending on how the angle you want to hit. Like Donkey Kong and
Oh, yeah, because he holds it over his head, so you can't just run into them, right?
yeah. And there's a lady that replaces him in 2 that does the same thing.
So, are all the bosses in this game just giant versions
Yes.
of normal enemies?
Yeah, because this one's a recolor. That weird drum that like summoned enemies. There's a boss version of him.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll just show off like one snow level. Which you remember?
Yeah, I think I remember this tile set from the Navigator review.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Oh, this.
I don't want to be stupid. Oh, hey, new sprites.
Oh, I jumped into the wrong one by accident.
Damn it! Ah! Fuck!
Alright, there's a stage where you can get that lose animation, like, just in the stage itself, because, like, you're on a platform that has, like, gas, and if the gas runs out, then you basically lose, but if you're on a platform, then you don't, fall off and die, so it plays a lose animation. And if you're, like, standing at the edge, he throws the hat off the edge and then jumps off himself. Always find that amusing.
I don't want to live anymore. Suicidal Terry Bogard. Should we get like the Terry edit where he does that?
Damn it.
We'll have him like throw the hat the normal distance so it's really far, and then he does like the Seth stomp onto it.
Jeez.
He just goes all rigid. Starts bouncing on it. It's just a static sprite that's got like sort of slightly squashing.
Oh my god.
I really like the changing weather.
Oh yeah.
It's a nice stage to play when it's too hot.
Fuck.
Ah!
Did I get a checkpoint? No. Damn.
This island has a interesting climate. Then again, I suppose even Mount Kilimanjaro has snow on the top. Go high enough. I see what you mean about holding the barrels.
Yeah. Okay, there's nothing up there. They just put it there for laughs, I guess.
K-dash.
K stands for Kong.
Really? Yeah, I'm just. Does it? No way. We'll see. We'll see about that when you get the next letter. I was thinking before, like, oh, that's not fair. Why does Donkey get one and Dee doesn't? I was like, oh wait, they're both Kong. Stupid. Get 8 of those for an extra line.
So,
Man, they were just showing off here. Holy shit.
So if they're all related because they're all Kong, does that mean that Candy Kong is hitting on her siblings? I don't want to think about this any longer. I'll write these 8-way ones. This is where stuff gets
Holy shit. This. Oh my god. They're a bunch of fucking show-offs, aren't they? Like most games would be fine for a little particle effect. Well, particles, you know what I mean? Like a snow level. No, first of all, it gets dark. Then the fog rolls in. Then you can't see. Then it's a total whiteout, and then the wind picks up. It's just like, Jesus Christ, this level.
Hey,
I've
I think
never seen such good snow effects in a 16-bit game. This is ridiculous. Like the wind picking up there, and the fact that it's like a total whiteout. It's so realistic.
Yeah.
Because like
Damn it! I did the same thing again. Okay.
if you think about it, like if it's snowing that much, you wouldn't be able to see the mountains in the distance.
Oh yeah. Oh god, I didn't even
You know, all that
realize the
snow you
background
get in
was like
Texas.
this. I don't think I ever picked up on the fact that background like goes out like that.
I guess you're too busy focusing on the gameplay.
And then it didn't even matter. I don't think the fact that I fell there doesn't really matter.
No.
I actually don't remember if the completion rate requires you to finish the bonus stage or not, because technically most of them can't be finished. Oh god, this...
Ooh.
They put a safety there.
Did you just...
That was an
A
accident.
very generous one.
Yeah.
Hey, you fucked up. Well, I've had to take a phone call.
Alright. Screw it. Let's see. Hmm. Hmm. That's strange. Actually, okay. Come to think of it, let's do. Oh, okay. Yeah. These won't do it. Nope. Hmm. Interesting. Oh my god. Whoa. Oh, right, okay. Never last long. Okay, nice. Okay. I'm done. Enjoying the music. This is a grandma mouse. Damn. That dick. Oh, frog. Oh, have I ever found that before? I don't know. Maybe? Damn. Okay. Hmm?
Hello?
Hello.
Jeez, I'm very sorry. Oh god, that was 20 minutes. Sorry about that. That was like a calamity of errors.
Ah,
I got a phone call telling me to do something. So that was like the first thing. I had to do that. And then I went out and I saw like the recycling bin had like a nasty note on it saying like we're not taking your stuff. So I had to like dig through that to find out why. Turns out it was like my mum put glass bottles in there that you're not supposed to do.
ah.
Anyway, so while I was doing that, one of my new cats ran out the front,
Oh my god.
and I trust him to be out the front, but I'd rather have him just out the back exclusively because there's cars at the front.
Right.
It doesn't really matter, like, you know. But I was like, I don't really want him out the front. So I went to get him. He was just sort of sitting there. And then the neighbour's cat, Jeeves, came along. And he decided to chase him down the street.
God.
So I had to just chase after him. And thankfully I got some food and I beckoned him back in, so it's sorted now, but he still went from one thing to another to another.
God.
I'm sure he'd be fine at the front of the house, but I just feel better if he only went out the back.
Yeah.
And of course, like, just when I was about to get him, like, the neighbour cat appeared and he decides to chase him off. Which game is this?
This is the first one.
Oh, right.
You can tell because you're playing as Donkey Kong. He's actually not playable in the other two. I just realized.
Huh.
Yeah. In the second game, he gets replaced with Dixie Kong. And in the third game, it's Dixie and, like, some, like, giant baby. I never really... Kitty, I think his name is.
So, Donkey Kong Country, Donkey Kong's only in the first one.
He's in the other ones, he's just the damsel in distress.
Huh.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, but...
What do you think of those new characters?
Dixie's fine. Kitty's a dumb baby.
There's a super baby.
Yeah, I was just playing with this until you got back, so I was gonna start the second one.
Yeah, I really did mean I'd be right back, but
Yeah.
I didn't expect
Yeah,
that.
that's fine. Okay.
God, you went up to like the neighbour's house and I had to try and get the cat without being, like some sort of weirdo.
Yeah.
Cagey.
Yeah. Basically beat an entire world while you were gone.
What did I miss?
Um,
Was it the ice one, or did you blink one like?
the other ice one, yeah.
Okay.
One neat thing I noticed until now is that there's the ice level I showed you where it gradually got more and more snowy.
Hmm.
Then there was like an ice cave level, and then there's another ice stage or a snow stage, and it actually starts off really snowy and then gradually gets more and more clear,
Oh,
which I
right.
always thought was neat. I also realized that there's a level where like an animal's carrying around like a flashlight, and it's kind of hard to see otherwise, so you have to like let the light guide you where you're going.
Hmm.
It's called like torchlight trouble, and I never realized until now why it's called that. Because apparently you guys refer to flashlights as torches.
Oh, right. Well,
You guys.
I didn't think that was a.
Yeah.
I didn't know what you meant. Like,
I was like, that's not a torch, that's a flashlight. And it's like, oh, that's the difference.
Hmm.
Or there's not a difference. You know what I
Hmm.
mean. But yeah. I'm actually pretty close to the end of the game, but I feel like playing two.
I mean, how close are you?
There's two more worlds. That one and the next one. But you've seen like all the theme stages basically, so.
Oh, I guess so.
I just like this game a lot more. Apparently it defaults to mono, which is interesting. I don't know if... I mean, I guess it uses stereo if it has an option for it.
I'll give you Master Nudge again, please.
Yes. Yeah. So...
So, isn't the final stage of the first game the pirate theme?
Yeah, it's the pirate stage. I guess it would
And
be...
it starts here.
Yeah, it would be the ship. You fight K. Rool, and he just, like, throws his crown at you and then drops cannonballs on you, and that's literally it. It's not the most amazing final boss, but, you know, it was what it was.
So this starts where that game ended.
Pretty much, except now Actually, yeah, there's not like an opening story or anything, so that's kind of interesting. Actually, wait, hold on. I'm lying. There is this note. And I do like, for some reason, he keeps upgrading his costume and his name, so now he's Captain K. Rool, and I think, it's like Dr. K. Rool, and the third one he's like a mad scientist for whatever reason.
Hmm. I think I probably like threw this one at some point, but I didn't much forward. Kind of prefer the jungle opening. Yeah, that's the thing. Like I'm very suspicious of platforms that don't start with a you know, the green setting.
Yeah. I would say
Same,
for
right?
as much as I like this game, the opening area is not the most memorable. Like the music is pretty forgettable here, and I do like that the stage setup is like it's a neat looking area, but yeah, it doesn't really feel like first level y.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, it looks like you just jumped into the middle of a game. I think there's a thing about opening levels, like that'll like kind of show off the best or whatever.
Oh yeah. Because they gave everything kind of an upgrade, so now the bonus stages like have like different objectives and have more clear
Yeah.
rewards. So now you get these coins, which actually unlock more levels, and you'll need to beat all of them in order to get the best ending.
So I never hear people talk about these sequels.
Which is weird, because well, people like the music from this game a lot. I don't know about the game itself, but I think it's a really good game. It's just everything's just kind of an improvement. There's also this, which I'm not. Of course, I missed like an idiot. Which this looks very silly.
Yeah.
What's also interesting is that every single stage that has its own music has like 5 different tracks. There's like the main music. There's different lose music. Then there's 2 different victor musics for the 2 different Kongs. And I think there's another one. Like, there's just a whole bunch of music associated with... Like, they remade it instead of just using the same, jingle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They use different instruments to, like, for every single one.
Really, that pirate shit, didn't they?
Yeah.
One day we should make a game that's not.
It's funny, the pirate thing kind of goes away after this world. It's mostly... kind of starts here. The next area actually is really cool looking, though.
Again, like, this isn't like a.
Was that?
Well, I think that net climbing animation is kind of like. Lifted from. What was it? Donkey Kong Jr., like the arcade game?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when he shimmies between them.
Right, yeah. It's weird, like, yeah, the amount of effort, like, that isn't just, like, ropes, you can also climb between them, or just on the single one.
Yeah, that's definitely what happens.
Yeah, I never really realized that until now, but, yeah, that makes sense.
Kind of miss Donkey.
Yeah. Of course, Dixie it's just kind of better. It's kind of weird. Because of, which I haven't actually shown it off yet, and I really should.
But that thing it's not.
Oh, I don't think so.
Yeah, I was just gonna say you were catching it pretty well. I didn't know if it was just gonna.
Oh no, it doesn't fall off.
Actually.
You could probably throw it off, and that wouldn't be good. But no, it'll just land on the ground. Nope, try to jump.
Yeah, I don't think highly of this. I mean, I'm sure it's like a. Oh,
Yeah, she just can do this.
that's ridiculous.
Yeah. I guess I gotta show this off at least once. She has a guitar.
Of course,
Why not?
because it is 90s.
Oh no, this is back here again. Like really.
B.
Don't really need to do all this because I'm not going to show off the full game or whatever. So, yeah, they kind of started getting kind of big on their like collectibles, starting with this one, because there's the DK coins, which are just straight up just like for bragging rights, I guess, just like 100% sake. Which that's actually related to the no hopers thing, because that's how many coins you collect. That's a screen that's from. But yeah, this is kind of a new thing. You kind of like team up and then you can throw them, which is used as like a weapon and also to grab onto things out of reach.
Maybe like well, like the first one was pretty straightforward as a play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should probably get some more.
Oh yeah, and then we have Hulk guy. For some reason, just gets mad and starts running around real fast.
Kill.
And then you gotta have your invincibility power up, which
Did the first one have that?
I don't think so. No.
Huh.
You figured I'd remember, but no, I'm pretty sure it doesn't.
Background looks. Maybe it's just the
Hmm?
new quality. Maybe it's just the quality I'm seeing on here, but the background looks very sprite-esque compared to everything else. It looks drawn. I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe I'm just making stuff up.
You don't pick apart my favorite game now.
I'm picking it apart. I'm just saying. It's no criticism.
That's fair.
Is the ship sinking?
Well, it's like beached, I think.
Oh.
Unlike the other rare game, it actually, it'll stay there instead of just disappearing into the sand.
I just realized that the Bible still say DK.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, did he?
Diddy Kong and Dixie Kong,
I'm,
yeah.
I'm an idiot. What's the other one called again?
Kitty? So, yeah, I don't know. The third one's a little, strange. Also, I forgot where the fish was.
What's it?
You're cutting out a little
Sort
bit.
of doing it.
What's going on here? Alright, yeah.
I was saying, you mentioned the water like hydros.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I suppose the trick here is that the water line's actually changing.
Yeah, yeah. Also, there's that kind of floor in the background that also has that the Mode 7 thing going on. And it just looks neat. I don't know.
Oh yeah. The Discord video quality isn't amazing, so
Yeah,
it's something.
yeah.
So another question: were there any levels in the original combined platforming and the swimming stuff?
No, the underwater levels are all completely underwater.
Right.
Right, yeah, and then there's like this
Yeah, I
thing.
see what you mean. It being a bit
What's that?
flushed out.
Oh, yeah.
This game in general. That's how snakes work.
I think that's Nimrod's current text message tone or something.
God.
And the animal buddies all have like a unique ability too. It usually amounts like this guy can jump higher, the rhino can charge attack, the fish can charge attack.
It's a natural ability now rather than just
Yeah.
passive thing.
Yeah,
The charge up's pretty funny. It's charging it up. Certainly a lot of variety on the stuff.
Oh, there's a spider. The spider is quite an interesting one. I can't wait to show you that. Let's see, if you get sick of the pirate theme, don't worry, the second world is a complete departure.
Ah! Oh god. I feel like crying. She's a bit mean-spirited.
Ah, she's fine. She'll get over it.
So did he have anything that makes him good?
No.
So that hovering ability is like crazy good.
Yeah, they didn't really do a lot of balancing per se. Like Donkey Kong was just better, as far as I'm aware, by being able to kill certain enemies that he can't. And I want to say Diddy has something like with like a slightly higher jump or something, like something with his jumping, but it's not enough to really justify.
I know this just makes Diddy look shit.
Yeah, I also like there's no real.
Oh god, right? He has to keep up and.
He's just like So he can fly too, but not when you're controlling him, obviously. Diddy, what are you doing? Okay, I think he's supposed to run off there, but for some reason he got like caught in the air.
I think it was like caught in flying animation that you're not supposed to have.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's the thing that it's like either Battletoads or this game that has that animation in it, like take your pick.
Which animation?
Where they like when they see the boss and they freak out. Because like that was in Cuphead.
Oh,
too.
Yeah.
Because I think most people saw in Cuphead and they're like, oh, it's Battletoads. I'm like, oh, I was just thinking of this game.
I didn't even notice, to be honest with you. Boss.
It is a pirate bird thing. Oops, damn it. That's not good. Oh, right. Mostly the way they hold the items is a lot better depending on what you need it for. Like here, I prefer to have Dixie, but it's an easy boss anyway.
God, so 90s.
Yeah. Alright, so now here's a volcano.
Okay. I just thought there was like a natural progression to level things, but the fuck did they? I don't know.
Buddy.
That's terrifying.
Yeah?
I wanna kill you!
There's the later version of the enemy where it's just a TNT barrel, so he runs into it just explodes.
That sounds familiar.
Oh yeah, I guess it is familiar, isn't it? Jesus Christ. I didn't realize how many fucking...
But that...
We should actually be playing that, but you know, fuck it. Yeah, whatever. Cannonballs?
I would like to look for the ships.
Yeah.
The only problem is it's just this. Which was more than two of us, but I mean, if you happen to get one of your friends to join in.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice. Oh yeah, so there's this spider.
Okay.
Shoots projectiles.
Okay.
And you can make platforms.
And you can make a whole game about that.
Yeah. So you can have 2 platforms out at a time, I think, yeah. And you can take it slowly, and there's some stuff later on that gets pretty nasty with that.
Are you guiding them?
Yeah, or you can just shoot them up and down. But yeah. Okay, I think I'm safe anyway. I know there's like secrets up there and stuff, and I don't really care to get them right now.
Imagine, yeah.
Alright, yeah, you're supposed to use him for that to get the coin. But, yeah.
I find it interesting that they really insist on having 8 levels. You know what I mean? Like usually like 6, like
oh,
2.
Yeah.
No, like nope, but 8.
then there's this guy.
What the hell?
It's just a big asshole. So,
So you're gonna fight this guy?
you do actually fight him.
Because you wouldn't pay him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a coin, so...
Oh, you can. Sounds
Bye.
stupid.
It's just, like, a little joke they have. Either way, he's just like, fuck off. And, forgot I made this stage in Mugen, and I didn't really go through with it because I didn't know how to rip the, like, glimmering effect.
Oh yeah, that looks like a pain.
Even, I actually looked at it recently, I still don't know how to do it, properly.
God.
Oh, wait, I was supposed to... Oh.
This whole game feels like it should be the end of the first game.
I'm saying, yeah, going back to back, I kind of see how the first game is a little more better thematically. Like, everything kind of flows better together, and there's, like, some kind of, like, you know, mid-level changes to the scenery and stuff like that. Oops. And then I fell down.
I don't want to play two things. I want to play Wario Land. I just feel like doing some castle.
Oh man, yeah.
I need to actually sit down and beat
Which one?
the one on the SNES.
You're cutting out a lot. I don't know what's going on with Discord.
Castlevania 4.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember how far I got in that game. Not very far. Maybe like halfway.
Yeah.
Like that was one I did.
Keep
play
starting it and I never finish.
Oh, I threw it by accident. Ah. No, there's a barrel there.
I feel that's like a very similar B sound effect to the one.
Alright.
Buzzy.
Rude. What's going on? Damn it. I did it again.
Oh, you got him this time, at least.
Got revenge. Okay. Alright, those don't show up very often, the, like, character-specific barrels.
What happens if the other one tries to jump in it?
Nothing.
Just can't.
Yeah. I'm not gonna go for that.
The enemy's a bit more dynamic.
Yeah.
First game I had a lot of just go left repeatedly.
Yeah, yeah.
I like he doesn't like pull them out like from behind his back or something, they just appear.
Then there's this stage.
What the hell? I think it's kind of messed up the made a kids game with this much blood in it.
So, I remember correctly, like, casually...
What?
Yeah, I don't know idea.
What's going on there?
The seal spit some stuff in it, and it made it not hot anymore. You know, how seals do.
I think they like tend to come up with a gameplay called like automatically explain it. You jump on this and then the water you can go in. Okay, how do we depict that? It's just seal, and it goes from like red to blue. Like it spits in it. Like what? What?
They have very cold saliva, don't you know?
Yeah. Sub-Zero. Why couldn't they just make it a machine? And like, I get you want an animal. I just don't even get what it's supposed to be doing.
It's an animal buddy. Everything's animal buddies.
Couldn't it just be like a like a cooling machine?
Here in a pirate
And,
ship?
I don't know. What makes more sense? Magic spit.
Does it though? Does it really?
Yeah. At least you tell us. One's like thematically inappropriate, but at least it's a thing.
For all I fucking know, the seals might have some sort of thing like that. I don't even know. I don't know about shit about seals.
I don't think they can turn lava into water.
Well, I don't think... I'm not saying that. I'm just saying maybe they are known for some sort of thing that they can spit out of their mouths. It started to sound very silly as I said it, so...
Well, if it's well, if that's the case, it's not. I don't think it's pop culture enough to be the Donkey Kong game. Ah, don't need to beat the level. No, 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 no! You get back here, son of a bitch! No, fucking turn that shit off! Oh yeah.
So yeah, the DK coins, I know where like all of them are except this one. I always forget where the hell that is.
Hmm.
I never fucking remember. But anyway. All right, yeah, the yellow one. If you hit him, he steals your bananas because he's a dick.
Man, they were all in on the gimmicks, man.
Yeah. Wait till you see 3.
Good. He is a baby.
There's a stage in 3 where just lightning keeps striking you.
Again, very familiar.
Yeah. Oh yeah? What the fuck? Of course, in 3, there's like water in the stage, and if you're in the water, you just get fucking electrocuted. Kind of surprised that Sea of Thieves didn't do something like that.
Can Dixie throw Diddy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to find something Diddy has. Just slap her ass.
I think he scooped her up, but sure.
Very chauvinistic. Oh wait, toots. Let a man handle it. I mean, if you read the lore, like, Diddy's notoriously sexist.
Yes, yes. And in GK64, they all got guns.
I can't tell if you're joking or not.
No.
What?
Yeah, they have
Is that like the Shadow of the Hedgehog of the series?
People seem to like it more for some strange reason, but
I've heard people really hate that game, but
I know a lot of people who still like it, and I don't know why. That game sucks. I hate it.
yeah, that's what I've heard.
But they have, yeah, like, Diddy has, like, these, like, they're, like, guns made of, like, tree trunks, and they shoot peanuts.
Oh, they're in Smash Brothers, yeah, I know.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, well, that makes a little more sense. I thought, like, full Shadow of the Hedgehog, like.
No. I mean, they're still guns, but yeah.
Like an Uzi or something.
He's actually dual-wielding these fucking things, too.
Shadow the Hedgehog build.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's part of the DK.
How are you controlling this? I can't tell.
You just kind of hold left or right, and just as you move towards the edge of it, it moves in instead.
Oh, and yeah, those events push it up.
Yeah, yeah.
Wasn't 100%.
Yeah, you can't go up once you're away from those vents. The rising steam or whatever.
She's just walking on air. Okay. least Tails had an animation for that. I wonder if they came up with Tails flying just solely for the to explain how he can keep up with Sonic. And I don't mean storyline wise. I mean like when you outrun him, you can just get back
Yeah,
every
like he
time.
just flies back. Yeah, because they never do that with. Actually, yeah, I guess how do they explain that with the other characters? Then I forget. Like in Mania, when you have like Mighty.
Many just the chaotics thing. Just kind of. It's just. No, they just kind of run after you.
Oh, okay.
And if they get truly stuck, you fly in.
Ah,
But you know, that's like Tails is. Until that's Tails.
that makes sense though. Yeah, just have him fly in and like, well, hey.
I mean, Sonic 2, even if you played it, I mean, make him fly.
Yeah.
There's one map that does let you fly them. What's those? It's an interesting design. Oh, I thought you had hooks for.
He does.
Oh, it does. He still
Yeah.
flows them all.
Ah. Or maybe he's actually holding them. Actually, I never really made that discrepancy, honestly. Let's see. Yeah, no, he just has hooks for hands,
Okay.
and they just attach.
Customize your pirate to much like these crocodiles as possible.
Have they made? Actually, I guess they can't make any reference to the Kremlings in Sea of Thieves. I think that's Nintendo.
Unless they like kind of buried it.
Right, yeah. Because they don't have like a
Sure, there has to be a-
figurehead.
No. No. Definitely should Nintendo so all these characters, but
Yeah.
they can still make them up to it somehow. I mean, they. I know it's not the same situation because it look like a Banjo-Kazooie figurehead.
Oh, right.
It was like temporal. That's.
So
Oh,
this bird can spit out eggs.
you.
Animals can spit out magical things. Is what we're getting at, all right? Well, I mean, the first game had a bird spitting out nuts, so
Yeah, they eat nuts. What's in it?
they have cool shape, lots of protein. So,
Fuck that.
you're not really supposed to do that, I don't think, but something that
No,
was a
but
kid.
fuck
So.
it.
I feel like I'm
Yeah,
making
fuck
this
it.
look easier than it actually is supposed to be, but hey.
I don't think I'd be struggling.
No bullshit minecart stages, although there is something kind of similar to it later on.
Mm.
But it's not as quite as ridiculous with the tight jumps. Right, so I made a reference to this earlier, and I forget where.
Spinal! Cinder?
Oh, what was it? It was like a trailer for a Killer Instinct character, but it just showed like the sword, I think for Tusk.
Oh, right.
And then I think I just posted pictures like new character for Rare's new fighting game, fucking Cleaver.
Oh. Can't remember they teased the Shin Laka just so it showed a sword. Never come all sorts of creepy guest characters, just like, no, it's just a palette swap essentially.
Yeah.
Oh, right, so it's just a sword. I thought there was someone holding it, but okay.
Well, it was like a fire holding it, but I think, I don't know what I was gonna say there. Shit.
Strange boss.
Yeah. Apparently has a voice too, which I've always found kind of unsettling. Ah. Oh, drop the cannonball. Oh, okay, give me another one. And also, some... Reminds me of MK a little too much.
Yeah, yeah. Just make...
So, the third world's a swamp. I made a stage of this too in Mugen.
I mean,
You manually control the direction of those yourself. You only have
what's
some.
the...
There's a timer.
Oh,
I remember.
what?
Yeah, there was a ghost.
Okay.
I remember. I forget where it all had happened. I know whenever I was emulating this on my PSP, this glitch happened. I've seen it elsewhere too. For some bizarre reason, certain versions of this game, those ones where you control the direction, um, just for some reason the emulators will just do it wrong and they won't stop spinning. So
Alright.
they actually become a whole lot harder to control.
Good.
I can tell this game is not wowing you as much as the first one.
I don't know. It like probably plays better. And it's got more stuff going on. I kind of feel like I don't know. Like I'm just watching it as the thing.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm kind of like taking in more like the art style and stuff, and it's like they tried hard to be unique with this one in terms of like level themes and stuff, but that just I don't know. I don't know. I was just really wowed by that snow effect. I haven't really I don't feel seen that yet.
No, they definitely
Like something that impressive.
No, I don't think this game really does anything really out of the ordinary in that respect. I just feel like it's it's just a lot more solid of a game, like gameplay-wise.
Yeah, I can't tell just
Yeah.
watching. I mean, it definitely looks more interesting to play.
Yeah, because there's not like the ridiculous minecart or any of the kind of.
It's funny. I should prefer these things because they are more unique and they, you know, it's very typical to just have a jungle level. But I don't know, just maybe some music. I like.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I like
The
this music a lot, but that's just partly nostalgia and partly like it. You know, first one's all ambient and stuff. There's a lot more.
I can't. Yeah, maybe I just gravitate towards.
Yeah. Oh, that was it. Then this is silly as shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the kind of thing I don't like. Losers. I kind of. I mean, I thought the boombox in the opening of the original was fine, but
Yeah.
actually, even then, I thought it was a bit silly. Like, out of the way, Granddad! Here comes the new hotness! Like, you know,
So
not like a... Yeah.
there's one like version difference between this game and like the Wii port, like the Virtual Console ones.
No.
I don't know. They got rid of that effect.
Oh, I can see why, yeah.
Yeah. It's like you get it. It's like when it turns towards the screen and blind you. For a second. It's like okay, I get it, but also when you like make quick turns or whatever, it just flashes a whole bunch and it's just irritating.
Well, I think it's like a seizure warning kind of deal.
Yeah, yeah.
If I like do it now, just see how bad it can get. Yeah, that's really bad. Yeah.
The first game actually has that too. There's one stage that has that. Actually, yeah, I think both games just have the one stage, but yeah.
It's a cool effect, but it's
Yeah, definitely.
did you want? Well, I guess you're gonna turn eventually anyway.
Yeah,
Like looking at the. That's rough. Even if you don't like suffer seizures, that's just kind of.
yeah. No, it's irritating me, right? Honestly, I don't usually have problems with stuff like that, but it's just not good.
The problem is, it's not only is it shifting that light source, but it's actually like a sheer white for frame.
Yeah.
It's when you let your graphical, showy offiness get in the way of actual practical.
I think it's
Give
also
up
like,
seizures.
yeah, people didn't really realize that was a big deal back then. It's like seizures.
Yeah. Well, the thing that set that off was like the Pokemon thing was.
Right, yeah.
Like ever since then, like you know, like you're watching the news and oh, it's flash images of
Constantly have to warn
the
you
scene.
to stop playing video games for so long just to prevent, you know, being liable for that kind of stuff.
Well, yeah, but I mean more like specifically flashing
Yeah.
seizure warning kind of deal. Warning flash photography.
Right.
God, that they had to modify this bomb just because.
Yeah. Hell, I mean, even the first game wasn't that bad because it was a level where you move, so you're just moving right the entire time. This one's like a maze, essentially.
Yeah.
So you're constantly turning around.
I mean, it's a cool effect. It's just.
Yeah, no. Thought I could beat that.
I bet there was someone like bitching about it as well. Why did it? Yeah, this isn't my Donkey Kong Country.
Shh. Oh god, for taking it out, yeah.
Yeah. Boycott the virtual.
It's art, man.
Can't compromise art just because some kids died of a seizure.
You remember how pufferfish explode?
Yeah, that's what they do, right? They inflate and then. These levels are a hell of a lot longer. I'm starting to as well.
Yeah.
So everything.
Yeah. Now I feel like showing you the first like third of the third game just to be like, now look what they did.
All right, yeah, sure. Maybe wrap this up one up. Because, I kind of get the idea.
Yeah. Yeah, because like we were talking about, like, you know, the good music, like the Brambles music. That's actually like more than halfway through the next world, I think. Like they do have some more
Let's
level
just look
themes
it
in
up.
this one, yeah. They just have more like different areas, you know. Which is funny because 3 of them are like pirate ship, but you know. Then they have like, you know, snow area, lava area. There's a jungle that's actually kind of later, like way later. You got swamp, castle.
God, I just realized I'm trying to think of other games that he's pre-rendered stuff and it's like, oh yeah, Sonic 3D, which is also British.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's very impressive.
Yeah.
If I had to say it looks particularly appealing. It's like the difference between aesthetic pleasing and then like actually graphically like impressive.
Right, yeah.
They're two very separate things. Couldn't you carry the pirate view in this one? Yeah, even with those enemies with like just on.
Yeah. Where are the crocodiles in Sea of Thieves?
God. Putting them like fresh water.
Alright. Let's show a little bit of the third game off.
Okay.
This is the one I'm the least familiar with because I never actually got to play it as a kid. The other two actually owned on cartridges.
So what year was the
97? I think I actually might stay here in a second.
they show us?
Yeah. 96.
Damn lazy.
Yeah.
No, it's not even called Dunk. Yeah. Is that the official name?
Donkey Kong Country 3, Dixie Kong's Double Trouble is what.
Okay, I didn't catch the other bit.
Yeah. Remember VCRs?
Oh, I didn't even realize that's well. Yeah. God. aged well.
Let's see. Well, there's the N64.
There it is.
Right, yeah, she's dead in the next game. That was also kind of weird.
What?
Like, no, like, there's, you know, all these side characters that just help you out. She's just a ghost.
Bit depressing.
Yeah. I guess I noticed not above that, considering their most recent trailer has Luigi dying in it.
Oh, yeah. I like how it's called it like, a newfangled thing, but like, in '96 it wasn't like a new thing.
Actually, what is here? Here's the bear.
Banjo? I thought that said what the hell or something.
What the hell we had? I actually forget about this.
It does look like Banjo.
Yeah. I think these are all for just getting items. Yeah, honestly, I don't even remember how to use them. Oh yeah, I never actually showed this guy. He's, you know...
Yeah, it does the walls or whatever, isn't it?
Yeah, he just gets you to the different worlds. In case you want to go back to one for whatever reason. Oh yeah, for 100%ing, because even the first game had 101% completion rate.
Play as a toddler, okay.
Yeah.
This is fish, isn't it?
Yeah.
I imagine there are many SNES games for this.
And then, yeah, the first world is just kind of like up here.
Yeah.
It's just something about this game that just never really, like, wowed me. I never really put my finger on it.
Well, it doesn't help, it's kind of, you know, like, it's been done.
Yeah.
This is the Arkham Knight of the Donkey Kong trilogy. Like,
Yeah.
it ain't really bad, but you can do better.
Right, yeah, so there's actually a difference between the way they carry each other. She actually has a really hard time throwing this guy around.
I'd imagine so, yeah.
That's one benefit that he has.
Why did they come up with this character though? Like, why not Donkey?
I don't
I mean, it's got the same proportions. Like, it's the same kind of build and everything. Just
I have a weird feeling that I remember hearing something about, like, they didn't actually want them to make Donkey Kong playable. Like, Nintendo, or Miyamoto, or whoever. You know?
Nintendo are pretty funny like that. Yeah.
Yeah, like, I vaguely remember that being a thing.
You know what? That kind of makes a lot of sense, really. And that's what it is now.
Yeah, just use the flag.
Like, you can make those games. Just don't touch Donkey.
Yeah.
What is this? Like a mill?
Yeah, it's like a sawmill. Just...
I was thinking like a flour mill.
Oh.
Seen any like saws or anything? I don't know.
A lot of sand.
I'm also gonna admit, like by '96, like just making 8 2D platforms.
Yeah, everyone's like, oh.
What do you want? They want 3D. I mean, hell, this is the same year as Crash Bandicoot.
Oh shit.
That came full circle. Then.
You're right. Where was Mario 64? That must have been like.
'96.
Yeah. So yeah. That was like the big thing, really, for platforming, I think. It's funny considering I've like never fucking played it.
You should, it's damn good.
I tried, I couldn't get into it, and I think it's just because of the time, you know? Like, we have so many different platforms nowadays. And I was like, I liked Sunshine enough, so I don't know why I couldn't get into it. I don't know, there's nothing about it really stuck out because I played
People don't like Sunshine's the one.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I've tried it, and we... Something about it. I don't know, like, it puts too much emphasis on making like a kind of a drive to go through.
Yeah,
I haven't played it enough with Sunshine, and but just like couldn't get into it. That being said, even though I'm like Galaxy 2, I haven't really played Galaxy 1. Simple reason is I couldn't really pirate it properly. Just play on an emulator. Yeah, there's a weird thing, like, I download any Wii game onto the actual system. That one, right, for some reason, you can't get past the opening.
Huh.
I don't know. I just play an emulator one. Weird path.
For some reason, yeah, you can now control this when you're in the water. Doesn't seem to be much of a reason.
Looks like a pain.
Yeah. Yeah, there's just all these fucking bears.
And they just dress them up every time.
Yeah.
It's kind of cute, I guess. Yeah, I can't put my finger on it. It just isn't the same as two, does it?
For me, honestly, it has a lot to do with this music. Like, not a lot of it actually. Like, I just kind of forget about most of it. Also, apparently that's not how that works anymore. Hold on. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, they went from that cool ambient stuff to like this really generic.
Yeah.
It's just. Well, no, it's not as bad. It's just like melodic kind of typical stuff. First game in particular. Interesting ambience.
I actually like the water effect in this stage a lot better than the 1 and 2. Kind of think of it.
Oh god, they're reflecting the mountains.
Yeah.
I didn't notice.
It's actually, it looks pretty good there, but they don't have anything like dynamic like the first one, so.
I think one thing that's interesting.
Yeah.
One thing that's bothering me is that they've kind of forgotten about like the jungle theme.
Yeah.
I know the first game had forest. I don't know. I thought that was just kind of its theme.
Nah.
You know, this is a franchise. It's going to be like sort of a jungle-y kind of setting, temple and stuff. But then they had the forest, so I don't know.
Yeah, I think they were just like, we need to, you know, spice it up, you know, make it seem as different from the first one as possible to make it seem like people aren't just playing the same game again, you know? I think that was more of a, you know, priority back then, was just things that kind of stood out, at least for sequels. They always wanted to change things up.
Maybe my thing about the first one is nostalgia. I mean, you know, like even I have memories of it as a kid.
Yeah. Alright, yeah, so Kitty does have something unique to him. See if I can do it anymore now. He can, like, roll off this ledge and then bounce on the water, like a fucking rock.
Oh, I want to see that.
I can't get up there anymore, sadly.
If you get a chance.
Yeah.
Can you not stand on that bit?
I don't think it'll... I think you have to get some height on it first. Yeah.
That's fine.
It's still in the water. It doesn't come up very often, honestly, but I do
Also,
remember...
anything those clownfish.
Yeah.
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 And the bees have motors.
Yeah.
Just love like the crocodiles.
No. I don't think so. Because even the second game had a lot of more variety of enemies, but the crocodiles are still definitely there. This one I don't think has them, like... Well, no, it does. It's just they're all, like, very, very different. Yeah, like, you have these guys. That's right.
And now they just look naked.
Yeah. So that's another thing.
Oh, it's gold!
The first one, it's like... there wasn't really much of a theming with them, but they did have, like, some very unique-looking enemies. Like, there was, like...
Let's see if they do the snow effect in this.
It was like always like the big guy with like the army helmet, the guy in the fucking like bodybuilder outfit.
That's the thing about the first game. I didn't even pick up like the pirate theme.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not until like the end they go like, "Oh no, pirates," and you're like, "Huh? What do you mean the army one?"
And then the second game, like they went all out on the pirate theme, and
Yeah.
this one there's like no theme, and then the final boss is like a mad scientist version of K. Rool. Yeah. So okay, well they did do this again. That's nice. They kind of, I guess they remembered what made that so great. Brought it back. There's also the odd choice of those DK coins being like the second game. They're just they're just around. You collect them, and in this one you have to hit enemies who are always carrying them for some reason.
You know, I wouldn't mind seeing you play Wario Land 4. That was a cool game.
Oh yeah, I would be alright with that.
Maybe after this, maybe.
No, after this I'm probably going to bed.
Yeah. I forget. I keep thinking it's the evening, like sitting here talking to you. I keep thinking it's late for me. So I got up at 8, which I don't typically do, but figured seeing how I'm up, I stay up.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really want to go back to bed. Jeez, it's been several hours now. It's been like 4 hours.
Oh yeah. Time flies. It's 6:30 in the morning here, and I should.
Jesus.
Which I mean, I usually go to bed around 6 in the morning anyway, because night work and all that.
Because of work, yeah. That's why I have key to be able to catch you. Also than anyone else. You turned into an elephant.
Yeah, the second game had that too. I didn't actually get to show you that. And the little thing at the bottom left is just like, instead of having, 2 Kongs, you just have like 2 hits. Doesn't really... Yeah, I guess the only thing about it is like, yeah, you can lose the animal buddies in the first game, and the second one when you're riding them. But, oh right, yeah, the elephant is scared of mice. Of course it is. But, this is just...
The mice?
Yeah, you're forced to use them now. So...
Oh.
But yeah, if I walk next to the which can I even get up there? Probably.
Get it running.
Okay.
Huh.
Now I'm scared. Okay.
Well, that's what it does. Weird. A lot of mills in this lake.
Yeah.
A lot of competing.
What are they producing though? Rats?
Cocaine.
Oh, okay.
You see it littered around there.
No, they're producing cocaine made from the mission rats.
That's why it's called rats.
It's all a big reference to Donkey Kong Country 3.
Oh yeah. Because there's bank robbing.
They're wearing monkey masks.
God, that Switch version.
Oh god. Do you like Nintendo games? I like Donkey Kong Country.
Oh Jesus. There's some time to make Sydney seem less annoying.
Yeah. Right, yeah, so I think you actually can hit it while it's not in the light, because technically your character cannot see it. Which is an interesting thing.
They sort of get the idea of, like, thematically justifying rated it.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't have guessed that in 1,000 years, like, what?
So yeah, I think if you... Yeah. Actually pull it in for whatever reason, I think that's used for one puzzle. Damn, that guy's jumping high.
Why does that still not kill it? Like,
I don't know. Oh right, there was a barrel over here, and I had to get over there without getting the hitting of the other guys, but I did, so. Oh, here it is.
why?
The Y,
Okay.
the Y button does that, yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
thought it was just like, why is this a thing? Ugh.
Yeah. This game has a lot of gimmick stages. Like, already we're kind of doing this, you know? Oh, actually, I can land on this guy. Again, because he's not in the light.
Because you can't see him.
Yeah. Which is, honestly, I'm not even surprised. I'm not sure how I picked up on that.
Are you getting a slowdown?
Yeah, this emulator, it's a little heavy. Like, I think it's because I'm recording and sharing it. Like, it's good, but yeah, it, kind of overtaxing a little bit.
I always thought that no animal sign was kind of a weird, like, compromise. Like, why can't they go? There's a sign that says no.
It just kills them.
I think, like, I find it less distracting if there's just no explanation, like Rick dropping the pipe whenever he goes to the next level in Splatterhouse.
Oh, yeah.
He just drop. Oh, I don't know, there's any. Actually, I think this might like share a credit with Splatterhouse too.
Really?
Mistaken. I mean, I'd have to like look it up, but there's a guy who worked for Rare. He's known as like the creator of Killer Instinct, and he's in credits for Splatterhouse 2 and 3. He like just helped to the boss.
Yeah. And there's a gimmick. You actually don't have to actually hit him. There's no, like, health.
They had fun animating the individual teeth.
Yeah. Because I'm not. So yeah, there's like a hole at the end of this hallway, and you gotta push him into it.
Yeah. Oh, that actually went in there.
Yeah.
So can it collide with the teeth or not?
I don't think so.
Huh.
Which is honestly strange, but it's level 1 boss.
So beating the game.
Yeah.
If you go back to the start to say, hey, I've done it. I've saved.
So now we got a 4th stage.
Wait, was he? What? So where's he in this one? He was kidnapped in the last one.
He's kidnapped, and so is Diddy. Actually, so that's the funny thing. God, where was it? Yeah, the second game there was like a note saying like, "Oh, I captured Donkey Kong," and like they even kind of like at one point you actually like see him, and like it's like okay, so he's definitely captured. I don't think they explained shit in this game. Like they haven't said fucking anything about what.
I mean, they had like some dialogue. It's just like.
Yeah, it was just like, hey, what's up? And then when you get to the end, suddenly like Donkey and Diddy are like inside this robot that you have to beat. And it's just like, okay, so that was that, I guess.
I just realized they have those like things you have to take cover by. Right?
Yeah.
What's the point? Like, why not just not have an enemy there and you have to stand between them?
That's a good question.
It's a hell of a sound.
Yeah. Also, they brought back the monkeys who are apparently evil, because that was the thing in the first game with the
That wasn't very well hidden. I saw that.
Yeah. Well, you know, early game. They do kind of ramp up the difficulty of the hidden objects a bit over time. Oh, here we go.
Oh, right. Okay. Alright, now.
Like, you know, they kind of establish it at first, and then they can mix it up.
Yeah, no, I got you. I'm gonna say, like, it just seemed redundant.
Yeah. Ah, okay.
That was close.
This is a stage I just really remember one of the gimmicks is, and I gotta show it to you. It's coming up pretty soon. It's, interesting. And here's a spider platform. Spiders are very bouncy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the parallax background. I wish you saw it.
Oh yeah.
Yay!
There's just something weird about that theme where it's like just treetops, but it sounds very like kind of desperate.
Hmm.
There's something weird about that music. Okay. Alrighty then.
Ah!
Right, yeah, so the collectible, well, one of the collectibles, because there's like 4 now, is banana birds. They're
Okay.
birds who are bananas.
Okay.
Why not?
I.
Now on a timer, and oh right, yeah, because we're being chased by fucking insects.
It's that timer doesn't match anything else. That looks like part of the emulator.
Right, yeah.
That's like something you pull up when you're doing like speed runs.
We have this hack that puts a timer in the game, so you know how long you've been playing it for speedrunning purposes.
It just doesn't. It doesn't match the rest of the UI.
No.
I'm not saying like fuck this game's a piece of shit. I'm just saying it's just.
It also doesn't need to be there because there's like a physical threat to prevent you from standing still. So why you would need a timer, I don't understand.
What is chasing you?
These things. It's a big cloud of insects, I guess. Good. Oh, they're little tiny versions of the bees, okay. Why is the timer there? I never understood that. Get on the way. Damn it. I can tell if that's a glitch or if that's just how the water looks. Looks like just a bunch of holes in it. Are you still there? I guess not. Damn it. Oh, fuck.
I think I'm gonna have to go now. I just got called into.
Oh,
Not for. I don't sell for a while, but you know how I told you, like I've got up and I was staying up.
yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have to get some sleep now because way too tired to work.
Yeah, I get you.
I have to get some sleep and then I'll have to get some lunch. So they cancelled my shift and they probably didn't realize it was 8 hours. They thought it was 8.
How about give me
It's
5
4,
minutes?
so- Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm not running out the front door, but it's not for a while. It's just I'm gonna have to get some rest because shit.
This is not the level I thought it was. Oh, it's another one of these. Fuck. Never mind.
Alright, check it out another time.
Yeah, there's a level coming up that's it's one of those like treetop levels, but you're just being chased by a giant saw that covers the entire screen,
All right.
and it's just like it's with the music. It feels oddly like kind of depressing in a weird way. I don't know. It's hard to describe. This game is thematically kind of strange.
Right.
I will save this, and we will do this some other time.
Right.
But,
That was fun though.
yeah.